morning children. We are discussing about sulfur and its compounds. In last class we have discussed sulfur, what are the allotropic forms of sulfurs are available, and the structure of sulfur dioxide we have seen. Now the important compounds of the sulfur we are going to see. The main compounds are sulfur dioxide and sulfuric acid. Now in this part we are going to discuss about sulfur dioxide. This sulfur dioxide directly we can prepare from sulfur. When we are treating the sulfur with oxygen, we will get sulfur dioxide. But even though 6 to 8% of sulfur trioxide also can form. Okay, so they can ask in 2 mark question, how will you prepare sulfur dioxide? Okay, like that they ask me, so you have to write. Okay, so here again we are going to see preparation, physical property, chemical property, uses of sulfur dioxide. In this lesson fully, just we are taking one compound, just we are going to dealing that physical property, chemical property, preparation, uses of the particular compound. Okay, same way here for sulfur dioxide also, we are going to see the preparation, physical property, chemical property and uses. Okay, so the first preparation here, how we can prepare from the sulfur. Next one from sulfides. We know the sulfide ores, zinc blende, galena, iron pyrite, all those are sulfide ores. Okay, so when we are heating the sulfide ores, we will get sulfur dioxide. Okay, these reactions already you have come across so many times. Okay, so zinc sulfide plus oxygen gives zinc oxide plus sulfur dioxide. You know. Okay, so from the sulfides we can get the sulfur dioxide. The next one, in the lab also we can prepare sulfur dioxide. How we can prepare the sulfur dioxide? Just we have to take the copper metal, okay, copper turning role. Then we have to add the concentrated sulfuric acid so that the sulfur dioxide can come out. Okay, so copper turning you have seen in the lab. Okay, at the end of this I will show that. The next here, copper, when we treat with sulfuric acid, it will react and produces copper sulfate and sulfur dioxide and water. Okay, so if they are asking 3 mark question also, you have to write all the 3. Okay, from sulfur, then from sulfide, then how we can prepare in the lab. So if they are mentioning and asking how will you prepare sulfur dioxide in the lab, means you have to write the exact equation. The next one here, physical properties of the sulfur dioxide. The sulfur dioxide, it is found in volcanic eruption. It is colorless gas. It has a suffocating odor. Suffocating odor is nothing but the odor which is not good to breathe. Okay, it will cause some cough. Okay, so we are not able to breathe at that time. Okay, so such type of odors are called as suffocating odors. Okay, the next one, it is highly soluble in water. Then it is 2.2 times heavier than air. It can be liquefied at 2.5 atmospheric pressure and 288 Kelvin. Okay, so these are one more question. Among the following, which has the suffocating odor? Among the following, which is heavier than air? Like that they can ask one more question. Okay, so just take note of it. Next we are going to see the chemical properties of sulfur dioxide. Chemical properties. This sulfur dioxide is an acidic oxide. Acidic oxide. One more question. Sulfur dioxide is the acidic oxide. That means when we are, suppose if we treat some compound in water, it is acting as an acid. That means it is releasing H+. Okay, then we say the particular compound is acidic in nature. Okay, same way here, this SO2, when we are treating with water, H2O, it produces H2SO3. Okay, the name of this compound is sulfurous acid. Sulfurous acid. Okay, when we treat any compound or any salt, when we are any solution when we are treating with water, if it produces the acid character, it produces the SO3 2 minus. That means it dissociates and produces H plus. It is releasing H plus. So which releases H plus? That particular compound is acidic in nature. Okay, so it is acidic in nature. We are getting this from this SO2. So this SO2 is acidic oxide. Okay, the next one here, reaction with NaOH. That is reaction with base. Okay, here the base can be sodium hydroxide or sodium carbonate. Any base we can take. Okay, since it is a acidic oxide, acidic in nature, it will react with the base. Okay, so now let us take SO2. When it reacts with sodium hydroxide NaOH, it produces NaHSO3 plus CO2. Okay. NaHSO3. When we are treating with the carbonate only, when we are treating the sulfur dioxide with carbonate, sodium carbonate NaCO3, we will get the product NaHSO3 plus CO2. Here like that we will get. Okay, the reaction with the base, since it is acid nature, it can react with the base like sodium hydroxide and sodium carbonate. When it reacts with the base, it produces the salt sodium bisulfate. Okay, so sodium bisulfate. Sodium bisulfite. IPE. Okay, SO4 means sulfate. SO3 here, so it is sulfide. Okay, same way here, sodium bisulfate. Sulfide we are getting as the product. Okay, the next one here, reaction oxidizing property. The sulfur dioxide has a special character. It can act as both oxidizing agent as well as reducing agent. Okay, so it shows both property, oxidizing property and reducing property. Okay, now we are going to see that one. Okay, first here we are going to discuss oxidizing property of oxidizing property. Here the best example for this oxidizing property here it is H2S plus SO2. It reacts and produces 3S plus 2H2O. Okay, here oxidizing property means this sulfur dioxide really undergo reduction process, isn't it? So oxidizing nature means the compound is undergoing reduction process. So if you notice here, SO2 is there, oxygen is there, but here oxygen is not there. That means loss of oxygen. That means the removal of oxygen. Removal of oxygen is what? Reduction process, isn't it? So addition of oxygen, oxidation. Removal of oxygen, reduction. So here reduction process is taking place here actually. But here the H2S, from the H2S if you notice here, with the hydrogen, oxygen is added. From the sulfur, hydrogen is removed. Okay, so in two ways we can think here. Okay, removal of hydrogen from this sulfur. So here we can say removal of hydrogen is what? Addition of oxygen, removal of hydrogen. These are oxidation process, isn't it? Okay, so here hydrogen is removed. So who made this H2S to undergo oxidation? The sulfur dioxide. So simply we can say sulfur dioxide is acting as an oxidizing agent there. Okay, the next one here, metal. Here we are taking magnesium. When we are treating this magnesium with SO2, we will get magnesium oxide plus sulfur. Okay, magnesium oxide plus sulfur. So with magnesium, oxygen is added. Oxygen is added. So magnesium is converted into magnesium oxide. So addition of oxygen, oxidation process is taking place. How we are getting this oxidizing product here? Because of the sulfur dioxide. So the sulfur dioxide is acting as an oxidizing agent, but it really undergoes reduction. Okay, loss of oxygen, removal of oxygen is taking place. It undergoes reduction and making this magnesium to undergo oxidation. Okay, so this is the example for oxidizing property of sulfur dioxide. Okay, the next property here, reducing property. reducing property. Here reducing property, this SO2 can reduce chlorine into chloride. Okay, so there's one example, SO2 plus H2O plus Cl2 when it reacts and produces H2SO4 plus 2HCl. Now if you notice here, this chlorine, the oxidation state of chlorine here it is 2. Yes or no? Chlorine it is in Cl2 form, so it is 0 oxidation state. But when you see in the product side, now chlorine is in which oxidation state here? -1. Hydrogen is +1, chlorine is there -1. If you notice here, it is 0, it is -1. So what happened there? Electron is gained. Okay, so gain of electron. Okay, do you remember Liouville loss of electron oxidation, gain of electron reduction. So here electron is gained and it is converted into -1. Okay, so reduction process is taking place here. Okay, so who made this process to take place? Who helped here? Sulfur dioxide. Okay, that's why we are telling the sulfur dioxide has the power to reduce. Okay, so we are telling it can act as a reducing agent. Okay, this is the example for reducing property of sulfur dioxide. It reduces chlorine into chloride. Okay, you can see the oxidation numbers there. Okay, you can confirm there. The next example here, K number 4. When it reacts with water and sulfur dioxide, it produces K2SO4 plus MnSO4 plus 2H2SO4. So here if you notice here, the Mn state here Mn it is in plus 5. Here it is +2. Okay, so electron is gained there. So it is now, you can see the reaction taking place here. It is reduction reaction. Okay, so if you want you can calculate also for suppose if you forget, so just you can see here +1 plus x. Here oxygen is -2 into 4 it is -8 plus 1 7. So x is equal to +7. If you notice here it is in +7 oxidation state. Here manganese sulfate SO4 is 2 minus. So surely Mn is +2 oxidation state. Okay, without working also we can stay here. Okay, manganese is +2 oxidation state. If you notice here it is +7, it is +2. Actually it is gained 7 electrons. Okay, if it gains one electron, just -1 will be added, so that 5 electrons are gained. So +7 to +2 it is reduced. Okay, so gain of electron reduction reaction. So this reaction is also possible by means of the sulfur dioxide. So we can say sulfur dioxide is best reducing agent. Okay, so it is very important because sulfur dioxide can act as both oxidizing agent as well as reducing agent. Okay, till now we have discussed a particular compound act as only as oxidizing agent or reducing agent, but this is, it has both character. Okay, so we have to remember, just take note of it. The next one here, a reaction with oxygen. A reaction with oxygen. When the sulfur dioxide reacts with oxygen in the presence of vanadium pentoxide catalyst at a temperature of 450 degrees Celsius, it produces 2SO3. Okay, this SO3 is used to prepare sulfuric acid in contact process. Okay, the next topic is sulfuric acid topic. We are going to see how we can prepare the sulfuric acid. Here the first step is the same reaction. Okay, sulfur dioxide when reacts with oxygen in the presence of vanadium SO3. Using this SO3 only, we are going to prepare sulfuric acid by contact process. Okay. So just go through all these reactions. Okay, what are the chemical properties of the sulfur dioxide? Here many one marks are there, so you have to be very careful in reading. This acidic oxide, then it has both character of oxidizing and reducing character. Okay, it has both character, and when it reacts with oxygen, it is used produces SO3, which is used for contact process. Okay. The next here, bleaching action of sulfur dioxide. This sulfur dioxide has one special character. It can be used to bleach the woolen and silk, cotton. Okay, the colors. Using this reducing property only, first the color will disappear, but when you keep it for some time in the atmosphere, in the surface like this, in the open phase, just it will absorb the oxygen again it will come to its original color. Okay, so using this reducing character, it can change the color. Okay, the color is not permanent, it is temporary only. Okay, so here bleaching action. I will show this reaction in the video now. Bleaching action of sulfur dioxide. Okay, it is based on one more question. The bleaching action of sulfur dioxide is due to its reducing character. Using its reducing property, the reaction is taking place. Okay, it is important 2 mark question also. So when SO2 passes, okay, I will show in the video, you can see, you can understand better there. It will produce H2SO4 and 2 hydrogen. So whatever may be the colored compound, X colored compound, the colored compound, when we treat with the sulfur dioxide water, just it produces the 2 hydrogen. This 2 hydrogen will react with this colored compound, and it will become XH2, which is colorless. But when we keep it for open phase, again we will get the original color. Okay, we can see this one in the video now.
Bleaching action of sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide acts as a bleaching agent and bleaches vegetable coloring matter in the presence of moisture. You can observe here how a moist flower loses its color. The bleaching action of sulfur dioxide is due to its reducing action. The coloring pigment on exposure to sulfur dioxide gets reduced to a colorless compound. On standing in air, the colorless reduced product is reoxidized and gains the original color. Bleaching with sulfur dioxide is therefore of temporary nature. It is generally used for bleaching delicate articles like ivory, silk, wool, etc.
Finally, uses. This is used in bleaching of silk, wool, then air. Okay, the next one here is used for disinfecting crops, plants in agriculture. Okay, so it is used as a disinfector. Used for disinfecting crops, plants in agriculture. So these are all the concepts about the sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide, we have seen the structure in last class itself when I taught O3, there is if I told the same way you have to write for sulfur dioxide like I have explained. The next one here, sulfur dioxide we can prepare in 3 methods in the lab, from the copper and sulfuric acid. Then from sulfides we can prepare, then the direct reaction sulfur and oxygen leads to the formation of sulfur dioxide. Okay, that is preparation of sulfur dioxide. In physical property, it is heavier than air, easily it dissolves in water, it has a suffocating odor, then it is colorless gas. Okay, like that we have learned the physical properties of sulfur dioxide. These are chemical properties of sulfur dioxide. It is oxalic oxide. It has both character of oxidizing and reducing agent character. The next one, we can react with oxygen and can produce SO3, which is used to prepare sulfuric acid in contact process, and bleaching action of sulfur dioxide. Okay, this one uses also. Okay, use of sulfur dioxide as the main uses here is bleaching of silk, wool, and okay, just we can bleach, but it is a temporary reaction. Again, we will get the original color. Okay, so go through this sulfur dioxide again and write and see as a test. Okay, each topic once I have completed.